right, so here we go. Welcome to the Hyve Cinco. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Stays.
So, I just want to say congratulations, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Adrianna, everyone. Congratulations. Adrianna, you're like having a moment, okay? Like you're having a moment in the sun. I mean, not that you haven't always been like the sunshine of my life.
Oh, stop it.
Um, but like I feel like the rays are just like on you right now. Could you tell everybody about your promotion?
Yes, I am feeling very thankful. And so I was recently just promoted from account coordinator to senior account coordinator, which is really just a way to say, when new members come on the team, I'm going to be there to kind of support training and welcoming and getting that person that's on this direct team, the account coordinator team, to feel a little bit more at home and to maybe adapt a little bit faster than normal. So this is really optimal for me. We have a little guest.
I was gonna say your little guest there is so cute. Who
She's
is that?
Ham. She was like, this is Ginger. She,
Ginger.
yes, gray, but named Ginger. I didn't name her.
Oh, first of all, I think this promotion is perfect for you because for those of you who are not from the Rochester office, but I mean, everyone at the company has known you longer than I have, with the exception of only a few. But like, you're the soul, the heart and soul of the Rochester office. For those, like, seriously, the people who know that you are a force. And I have to say, like, you welcomed me with open arms on my first day because I didn't know which end was up.
I love people. It's genuine. It's true. It's very
Oh,
like,
girl.
you know, um, we've recently onboarded our first team members digitally, entire digital onboarding, which is a huge success for our HR team. And I reached out and was like, hey, if we were in the office, I'd be in their face. So make sure I get time on their calendar because otherwise they're going to be real shocked when we get back to the office together.
They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You're the heart and soul of our Rochester office. And when we left our office to go work remotely, I was really cut up about not seeing you because you were sort of like the guide to my day. When I walked in and I saw you, I was like, okay, Adriana's here, we're fine. She's got it under control. Like, it's funny. I just feel like, I don't know, you're like very mom-like. And even though I'm like much older than you, I still feel like you're kind of like my mom, like you're mother hen, like, and you're my mother hen. So anyway, I just love you. So anyway, you've got this new promotion. This is the perfect time for you because, but tell me, what's been the biggest challenge of working from home all this time? And don't say like the social part, because I knew that was like probably your answer, but like really, like what's been the hardest part of working from home?
So it's kind of still a social answer, so don't yell at me, but it's definitely I consider myself like a really adept in-person communicator. Like I think I have really, or like something I'm comfortable in is my ability to really communicate what I mean or what I need or what's happening with all of me, with verbal signals and like with my tone and maybe with a little like eyebrow, whatever. There's a lot happening here that I don't have that very. I do think I've gotten better at it, but I think I've got a lot to get used to and learn in terms of communicating in written form.
But you have obviously handled it like a rock star because your ability to communicate is what part of what probably got you promoted, right? I mean, because you're so good at it and you're so adept at it. Um, Obviously, you have other skills that warranted you being promoted, but congratulations for even that. Like, that's very self-aware. That's like self-awareness, right? Like, because you know how you communicate, and here you are having to be forced to learn how to do it in a different way. So there's a lot of learning going on here for everybody, right? So
Always,
yeah.
the drill here. It's fast paced, so you gotta, really, really get on the train while it's moving. Yep, it's going. So,
Right. Yeah, that's right. What would you say, or what or who is your spirit animal?
oh, can I be my own spirit animal? Like, no, it's not. Like, but like,
That is a great idea.
like, no. But let's think.
Can I be my own spirit
I
animal?
don't know. Like, I feel like okay, animal is our best go-to, and it's Dory, and it's always been Dory. Like, It just is, and, like, everyone has said this to me my whole life, and it's just true, like, it is, like, just going along and,
Keep
like,
swimming.
I'm just keep swimming, and it's true, like, I don't know, like, and I like Dory because she got a little spunk in her. Because at one point, there's a little part in the movie where, I think Marlon makes fun of
Mhm.
her for
Yeah,
her short-term memory, and she's like, "No, I can remember things, and I will do it, and I got it, and I am
yeah,
Dory, and I got it under control." And so
yeah. Mhm.
I think I like Dory.
That little fish is fierce.
Yes, thank you.
Don't play with her, okay? Um, if you found a rainbow, what would be in the pot at the end?
Oh, food.
Food.
Norma.
Let's talk about this. Can we unpack that?
So for those that don't know, the Rochester office is the foodie office, like 100%. Like by per capita, the Rochester office is a food driven force. So we have a coworker who I have never seen eat so much food in my entire life, and she just like is amazing and such a sweet human, and will always try any kind of food. And I'm similar. I can't eat quite as much food, but like I will try to eat as much food as possible. So, and I think next question is going to be like, what's your favorite food? And like the cop out answer is, I am a lover of all foods, but most of the unhealthy ones. Like if there's a carb and a sauce happening with like maybe a meat, I'm really excited. So
Yep.
yes. So like
Yeah.
we're going for like a saucy carb based food is like where I'm most comfortable probably.
So, what have you been doing for takeout? Like, are you doing a lot of takeout or are you doing a lot of cooking at home?
My fiance is like the biggest cook and he is obsessed with cooking. Like it's his favorite thing and I am straight up spoiled over here. Like he
Yeah.
cooks every night. So um recently because of quarantine and less shopping and everything, he's been doing homemade pasta. Like
Oh,
we're talking like homemade pasta, like fresh
ooh,
out into the pot and everything.
spoiled. Yes, you are.
Able to remember,
My
but
husband's been baking bread.
he tries bread. He's not bread is hard, allegedly, not that I
Well,
can.
my husband discovered a it's gonna sound terrible. Okay, he discovered what is it? What's that pan that it's like you can have it for like 100 years and it never
Cast
goes
iron.
cast iron. So he
Mhm,
discovered that.
mhm.
And all of a sudden his like a whole world is all about cast iron now. And so he uses it to make bread and
You
whatever.
wanna
I'm
give
like,
him a heart attack? You tell him that you're gonna let the cast iron soak so that you can get stuff up off of it, and he will lose his mind.
I want you to know that on day one of owning that sucker, he already gave me that lecture. Now, never soak the cast iron.
Mm-mm,
Never, Norman, never, never.
mm.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, so I'm like, well, you clean it. So if it gets dirty, that's your job, but whatevs. But yeah, you were always in Rochester at the Rochester, but you were always like, you always had really good food. Like, and I was always counting that you would have the snacks. You and Meredith
Oh, yes.
would have
That was
the
actually
snacks.
I had Meredith, I feel like came through with her snacks were like whole meals, and I was always
Yeah.
jealous. Like she'd come through with like, "This is
Her
my
snack was like a lasagna.
ranch pasta," and it's like full out pasta with like a meat and like broccoli covered in this like delicious looking like ranch sauce, which you're like ranch sauce, but like no, it looked and smelled really great. And then I'm over here where like I might not always have that, but my snack drawer was legendary. Like
Snack drawer.
I actually
Like
opened it
snack drawer.
and our sweet art director John was like, "What is that?" And I was like, What?" And he was like, "Open that drawer again." And I was like,
You
"No."
had snacks go. So where do you think that comes from, Adriana? That you are such, I mean, I think it's kind of ironic. Like here you are among the youngest people in our office, if not the young, well, you're the youngest, I think, in our office, right?
Yep.
And I'm second oldest, but whatever.
Hey,
And you're so mother henish. What is that? Where does that come from?
I don't even know. Like I lovingly tease my mother. She loved me very much. She loves me very much. Oh, she's gonna hurt me. Like best person ever. She was a NICU nurse for 30 like 7 years. Like
Of nurses.
but I think a lot of it was very like she was always prepared wherever she went, like tissues, snacks, like band-aids, these three things in her purse perpetually my entire life. And so I feel like that like base level was there. And then I am far more like type A than she is, so she took like her very type B approach to that kind of a thing, and I just like piled on top of it my, type A personality, which is I think where we arrived at my mother henishness.
You are among the most self-aware people I've ever met. Like, honestly, if you don't know who you are, then you ain't Adriana, because Adriana know who Adriana is. Okay. And that's why I love you, because you are just so self-aware. And then you make me think about myself, like, what vibe am I putting off? What energy am I putting out there into the world? And because I think, like, you're just so like yourself. I think you teach people that they can be themselves, and that it's okay. Like, it's gonna be okay, right? Like,
It's gonna
that's
be
why I'm saying
definitely
you're like a comfort. I see Adriana, I'm like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna
you,
be okay.
but I mean, just as much as I, put that out there, I take that from a lot of people too. I've come to you how many times been like, Norma, I can't today. And you're like, no, you can. And I'm like,
Come over here. Let me fix those eyebrows. Come here. Let
woo!
me get my tweezers out.
I was putting eyebrows on for our lovely call, and I was like, Norma will be proud of my eyebrow situation.
I can't wait to see you again, woman, because I miss you.
I know we have to be in
My
person again.
Rochester homies,
We're
because
being deprived.
yeah, I know. So the high five is 5 questions, and I have a feeling that I went over the 5. But you know what? I don't care. If you don't care, I don't care. Okay, before we go though, recommendations for Netflix. I don't know if everyone is like Netflixed out, but personally, I need to like see something that is not the news, or like the news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like, what are you watching?
So I'm actually gonna like swerve, and we're gonna do Hulu. I watched through the entire Golden Girls,
Oh
like
yes.
all from beginning to end. So actually, I have a question for you, Norma. Have you seen the Golden Girls?
Was it the Golden
Okay.
Girls?
Which Golden Girl do you most identify with?
Ooh, this is good. I never knew that the questions would be turned on the interviewer, but oh gosh. God. I would like to think that I'm more like Dorothy.
I could get that. I also like to think I'm Dorothy because we're both very like like we're gonna tell you to your face how it is, Blanche.
Yeah,
Like,
very
I'm gonna
dry
tell
sense of
you.
humor. Yeah, I'd like to think that I'm a Dorothy.
If we can't both be Dorothy, which of us is Sophia?
Oh God, I'll take Sophia because I love her. You know,
I think
imagine
that's right. That's
Rochester,
good.
2020. It's like, oh my God. Okay, so confession. So you want to know what my escapist show is? Because I'm sorry, I'm gonna flat out admit that I need to escape, and that my escapist show, for you it's the Golden Girls, or for you it's like period stuff, right? Like going back in time a little bit.
Mm,
Okay, Little House on the Prairie.
really, never have I once ever seen a single episode of this.
Girl,
Never.
watch you some Little House.
Where is that even? Do I have to like,
Amazon
go
Prime.
on
You
to
have Amazon
cable
Prime?
TV?
Amazon Prime.
Okay,
So this was the best thing for me today. I needed this,
this
so I
is
need
good.
you.
It's like soul coffee. I enjoyed this.
Adriana, you are soul coffee. You are my soul coffee.
Soul coffee. Shady is the wrong word.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I guess this concludes this episode of Hive Cinco. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. So Adriana, thank you.
Thanks, Norma.